1933, King Kong came out and shook the country. It was a story of a dangerous beast ripped from an uncharted island to the heart of Manhattan. The people feared Kong, but they were also fascinated by him. They chained him up, put him on stage, and sold tickets to the spectacle. This week, we're seeing King Kong come to life. Democrats took the monster they fear most, Trump, and locked him up in a New York court. To them, he's a caged animal.
Essentially, he's like a caged animal, and that's a dangerous situation. He's feeling very threatened. He's out of control, and so we do expect him to lash out.
Tickets are going fast to the trial of the century, and TV anchors get first dibs.
Thanks to everybody at NBC who made it possible for me to get in the courtroom today. I realize this is a hot ticket. I would say seeing him go up and down the aisle, I was sitting on the aisle, and seeing him walk right past me in the aisle, in and out of the courtroom several times, including the recess, I would say that he seems thinner than I have seen him in the past. He seems considerably older, and he seems annoyed. Resigned, maybe angry.
Today was the first time I've actually been in the same room with Donald Trump. He is taller than you might expect and walks in a gait that is shufflier than you'd think, kind of a shuffly waddle. And he's definitely a scowler. I can also confirm that he has a strangely orange hue, and whoever does his hair masks the thinning in the back and on top with some deft cantilevering.
Is Trump a defendant or a gorilla at a county fair? They're studying him like an anthropologist, taking notes on the color of his hair, his gait, his posture, his weight, poking him through the bars to see how he reacts. Ooh, he looked me in the eyes. Oh, he's getting sleepy. Oh, watch, kids, watch. What is this, the Bronx Zoo? They're treating courtroom sketches like wildlife artists.
Donald Trump looked at him as he walked in, and he walked in between the defense table and the prosecution table and took the stand. And from that time, he was razor focused. You can see he's sitting up on almost on the edge of his seat.
Yeah.
Oh, the edge of his seat, really? If you've noticed, what's missing from this trial's coverage is actual legal analysis. They can't even tell us what the crime is. The prosecutor hasn't even told us what the crime is. No one's even wrestling with whether he broke the law. They're just dumbstruck that they actually trapped him. Let's be honest. Trump's a slippery little sucker. He's wriggled out of bankruptcy, Access Hollywood, the Russia hoax, 2 impeachments, Jan 6. He beat Hillary. The only reason he lost to Biden was because of COVID and the feds. And the second he announced he was running for president, he said, we can't beat this guy. So they charged him with 91 crimes. And now that they have him in a cage, they're terrified that he might get out and beat him again. They gaze in awe at him because to them, he's superhuman. Half man, half beast. He eats their base, their Rust Belt. He's invincible to their hoaxes. Politics failed. Their only option? Incarceration.
The fine is not going to deter, but incarceration will. If I were the trial judge, yes, I would impose jail time.
Really?
If Donald Trump continues to attack jurors and or witnesses or even court personnel, then the judge will really have no choice but to incarcerate him. That could be for an afternoon or overnight.
I would give him 2 weeks of home confinement with an ankle bracelet. If he's a good boy in those 2 weeks and he doesn't violate the gag order, we can take off the ankle bracelet.
Jail him, gag him, fine him. Just don't let him out. This case is just a temporary cage because even the New York Times knows it's baloney. I mean, I thought the Bragg case against Trump was a legal embarrassment. Now I think it's a historic mistake. That was in the New York Times. Nothing illegal about a lawyer paying an extortionist and marking it down as legal fees. Everybody knows that. And that's why Trump's beating Biden in 6 out of the 7 swing states. Nationally, Trump's up 6. That is a huge lead. Biden might be able to campaign freely, but what good does that do? He's been a politician for 50 years and reads a teleprompter like Ron Burgundy.
Folks, imagine what we can do next. 4 more years. Pause. 4 more years. Pause. 4 more years. 4 more years.
Clay Travis is the founder of Outkick.com. Pause.
What an imbecile. I mean, he is, it's Weekend at Bernie's, too. I can't believe Weekend at Bernie's worked. It's like that. Did you see the viral video of the woman in Brazil who took the dead man in to try to sign on the loan with her? Yeah. That's basically what Democrats are doing every single week. I got an idea for you, Jesse. I'm curious how you would respond to this. Tomorrow, in theory, we have the continued ridiculousness of the New York City trial. What if Trump didn't show up? Instead went to Columbia University there. I know you just talked with Mike Johnson, but what if Trump went out and said, hey, I'm standing 100% with Israel. I'm standing against anti-Semitism while they're trying to put me in prison for a sham trial. I want every single media member to follow me to Columbia, and I want you to see what true danger looks like. If you want to put me in prison or jail for a short period of time for defying your kangaroo court, so be it. I don't think they'll actually do it. And Jesse, I think if they did, Trump's overall approval and his support would skyrocket. I don't think they have the stones to do it, but can you imagine how they would have to cover on MSNBC the protest at Columbia, the fact that Donald Trump, the man they tried to claim was Hitler, has come out stronger in support of Jewish people around the world than Joe Biden could ever dream of. He would paint Biden into a corner, but morally, most importantly, he would be on the right side. I think it's time for Trump to up the ante, to call out their BS, and to dare them to actually do what they claim they'll do. I don't think they'll do it. I think he could score a knockout.
It might be more dangerous for Trump to go to Columbia than for Trump to go to jail in a New York City jail. But that's another story. When you see Rachel Maddow, Joy Reid, and all these reporters flock to this courthouse, to the trial of the century, not offering any legal analysis, saying how tall he is, how he's walking, if he's angry, if he makes eye contact. They're treating him like a caged animal because they're terrified of him.
Yeah, look, I want Joy Reid fired for cultural appropriation because she stole Donald Trump's hairstyle. I mean, everybody talks about what you can and can't wear. The woman analyzed Donald Trump's hair. How is the immediate response not, you dream of him so much you've stolen his hairstyle, Joy? I mean, this is racism that is beyond the pale here. I don't know how we can even stand for this, Jesse. But yeah, you're right. Maddow's making $30 million a year to show up once a week. Joy Reid, remember she wrote all the homophobic stuff on their website and then claimed that there were time travelers who went back and actually wrote it instead of her. The entire network at MSNBC is filled with imbeciles, and they won't even acknowledge what you and I talked about last week. This is a bogus case. It's total garbage.
Clay,
There's no truth at all to the case.
How dare you? Joy Reid was hacked. She was hacked. How dare the FBI is still looking into it, and they're going to get to the bottom
Time travelers.
of it. Yes, time travelers.
Yes.
All right.
I know that everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard.
It's not about justice. It's not about agenda. It's not about mobilizing people. It's about dialing for corporate dollars. These two parties have sold the U.S. government and the American people to the highest bidders.